Hisense refrigerator. How to remove the doors for installation. Please read and follow the instructions in the owner's manual before you attempt to install, operate, maintain, or troubleshoot your refrigerator. Caution: the refrigerator is heavy. Have someone assist you with your home appliance to help prevent product damage or personal injury. Before purchasing a Hisense refrigerator, measure the install location for a proper fit. More importantly, measure the install location's pathway, which includes hallways, corridors, and door entries for proper clearance. If a door entry is too narrow, be prepared to remove the door. Situations such as stairway landings need extra clearance when turning the corner. Plan to remove any obstructions that may prevent you from moving freely through the delivery path, such as hand railings, shelves, or wall-mounted items. Take a moment to see what tools are needed for installation. If the delivery path is still too narrow after removing all obstructions, the refrigerator doors, VersaTemp, and freezer drawer may need to be removed. Before you begin, remove the clear bins mounted inside the doors. Use a ladder to access the hinge cover at the top of the refrigerator. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the following 5 screws. Take a moment and become familiar with the components beneath the hinge cover. Take a picture for later reference. Left door removal. We'll begin with the left side door. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the ground wire screw for the door hinge and set it aside. To disconnect the main wire harness, first remove it from its receptacle. Next, remove the plastic shielding that surrounds it. Press the tab on top of the wire harness to separate it. To disconnect the water supply line, first remove it from its receptacle. Next, remove the red locking clip from the collet of the tube fitting and set it aside. Detach the water supply line by pushing and holding the collet down while pulling out the water line. Disconnect the magnet sensor wire harness by pressing the side tabs. Caution: if the magnet sensor is loose or improperly mounted when reinstalling the door, the control board will not detect when the refrigerator doors are open or closed, and the water, ice dispenser, and interior lights won't function properly if the magnet sensors are placed incorrectly. Next, remove the 2 red wires from the terminal block beneath the hinge cover, but you'll need to remove it from its clip first. If the connected wires are tough to remove, use a small flat blade screwdriver to help assist. Carefully remove the white plastic piece that holds both the wire harness and water supply line and set it aside. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 3 remaining screws on the door hinge. Swivel the black bracket counterclockwise to loosen the door. Open the door 90 degrees and have someone hold it securely with both hands and lift it up and out, safely removing the door. Be sure to place the door on a non-abrasive surface to prevent damage to the door, property, or self. Right door removal. Disconnect the environment sensor wire harness by pressing its tab to separate it from one another. Place the loose component back in its receptacle to prevent losing it, or set it aside. Disconnect the magnet sensor wire harness by pressing the side tabs. Remove the magnet sensor from its receptacle. Once everything is properly disconnected, set aside the hinge cover. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 3 screws on the hinge bracket. To avoid product damage or personal injury, make sure someone firmly holds the door in place while unmounting the hinge bracket. A loose hinge bracket can cause the refrigerator door to fall. Rotate the black hinge bracket clockwise to loosen it and remove it. Open the door 90 degrees and have someone hold it securely with both hands and lift it up and out. Be sure to place the door on a non-abrasive surface to prevent damage to the door, property, or self. Door hinge removal. Fully open the drawer and remove the caddy box. A door hinge is located on each side of the refrigerator, as shown. Both will need to be removed. Using a 4mm Allen wrench, remove the 2 hex head hinge bolts and set them aside. Carefully remove the door hinge. Again, you will do this on the other side. VersaTemp drawer removal. Remove the large white bin inside the VersaTemp drawer. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the screw on the outside of each rail that secure the support frame and the drawer and set it aside. Carefully remove the middle door, making sure the rail's support hook clear the tab on each side. Be sure to place the drawer on a non-abrasive surface to prevent damage to the drawer, property, or self. At the same time, push the rails inward. Caution: pushing inward each rail separately will cause the wheel axle to pop out. Once retracted, place non-adhesive tape over them to prevent movement while maneuvering through the delivery path. Freezer drawer removal. Fully open the freezer drawer and upper bin. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the outside screw on each side that mounts the bin on the small upper drawer. Now remove the upper bin. At the same time, push the rails inward. Remove the large freezer bin. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the screw on the outside of each rail that mount the freezer bin. Use both hands to firmly grip the freezer drawer and remove it from the tabs that secure the rail hooks and set it aside. Be sure to place the drawer on a non-abrasive surface to prevent damage to the drawer, property, or self. At the same time, push the rails inward. Once retracted, place non-adhesive tape over them to prevent movement while maneuvering through the delivery path. Congrats! You have successfully removed the doors to better move the refrigerator through a narrow entry or delivery path. To reinstall the doors, follow these same steps in reverse and pause the video when necessary.